Why do you support Donald Trump?
Uh, I think like most of his policies are really good for us, like especially economic policies, uh,
Which
immigration
economic
policies.
policy?
I'd probably have to point to his big beautiful bill,
Okay, name
which
one
it is.
provision within the big beautiful bill that you like.
Provision. I like how he extends our tax cuts.
Which specific provision?
Extending the
Like
tax cuts and
yeah, like
jobs act to
which
be
which
permanent.
which tax cut within the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act? Because there are provisions within the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, so you'd still have to mention the provision because the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is an aspect of the big beautiful bill, meaning that they're just provisions listed within the big beautiful bill.
Well, I don't really know what you're looking for. I'm just talking about how he's extending the tax cuts.
Like I'll give you an example, like the child tax credit increase from 1,000 to 2,000. Name a separate one than that.
Lowering our taxes at the end of the year.
In what way?
Making them be less.
Making them be
Like what?
less. Wow. So
Like what
I
do
just
you
want to let
want,
you know
bro?
you can't even mention a provision. You can't. I told you. I said like for example, right? The child tax credit increased from 1,000 to 2,000. Okay, that was an aspect of the bill. That was a
That's what I was talking
provision.
about. That's what
Okay,
I'm
okay.
talking about.
That's not the only aspect. So name a different provision than the one I mentioned,
Well, that's my favorite one.
but that you didn't even have the ability to mention prior, but prior to me saying it.
Well, you reminded me about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you don't know another one.
Probably not. No, sorry.
No. Okay. Interesting.
Well, I know you
So
said a tax.
I'll let you know what my understanding is of the big beautiful bill because seemingly you don't have an understanding of it and yet you still like it for some reason. But if we look at the big beautiful bill, not only does it cut like over 11 million people off of their Medicaid, right, and health insurance, right, but it is the case that it also cuts millions off their food stamps. It also, right, if we look at the overall effect of the bill, according to the Congressional Budget Office, decreases after tax income for the bottom 20% of income earners while giving massive tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires. So it's literally reverse Robin Hood, taking money from the poor and giving it to the rich. Unironically, that's what the position is. And that's what you're saying you like?
Uh, I also like how he adds money towards ICE. Are you hitting a blinker?
No. Why do you like the money going towards ICE?
Uh, because it restores law and order.
It didn't. It restores law and order. By the way, you think that you're restoring law and order when you voted for a convicted criminal held civilly liable of a woman that pardoned violent rioters on January 6th that police officers were convicted of it and admitted to it themselves.
Basically.
Yeah, yeah, okay, you're trolling. Get off my lap, bro. You're totally trolling.
No,
There's
I'm
no way.
not.
You really you think that's
Bro,
restoring law and order is voting for a convicted criminal held civilly liable of a woman that literally released violent criminals that police officers on January 6th into the country by pardoning them.
they went after him for that.
What?
That's not like
Who went after him for
they
that?
law enforcement or the DOJ or New York.
What?
Whoever was trying to
What are you
prosecute.
talking? We're talking. He did this in this administration. He pardoned violent rioters. Does that mean he condones violent riots?
No.
No. You don't think he condones violent riots, even though he pardoned violent rioters?
It's because they were political prisoners. Like you have to let them
The
go
the
to.
violent rioters, the people who beat cops. I thought you were pro police. I thought you were like
No, I'm pro
back
ICE
the
mainly.
blue. What happened to that?
I never said that.
No, you never said that. He does not back the blue, chat. MAGA does not back the blue. I tell you, they don't like the cops. They say cops will pardon you as long as you're MAGA. Okay. If you're
It's
not
because
MAGA, if you're a liberal, then you'll be in prison. Okay.
I thought that the election was rigged.
You think it was
The
rigged in
end.
2020?
I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say what I think about that.
Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear. How about you come back into the app because I can't hear you when you're outside of the app, and tell me what you think about what happened in the 2020 election, because I have a feeling that what you believe in lacks some evidence here.
Bro, you're being a jerk.
Good. You
Quit with
believe
you.
that the election was stolen in 2020 with no
No, I
evidence.
don't. I don't. I don't. I
60.
don't. I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. So Donald Trump still believes that. He still perpetuates those lies, right? And literally said that there's 60 or
Bro,
there's
when's the
6.
last time you said that? It's been a while.
Oh no, he said it on True Social a few days ago. How about you look at
No
that?
way.
Yes, he said it on True Social again a few days ago.
Let me see your source. Can you show me?
His own Truth Social account.
You're
Scroll
gonna have
through
to
his
pull it up.
you have to pull it up. Scroll through his millions posts a day, right, and find it
I
yourself.
don't know. I need to catch some of this.
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't be so misinformed, right?
Yeah, I need you to inform me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what's the reason why you support Donald Trump at this point? Because it seems like the big beautiful bill is dog. He pardons violent rioters, which means he condones violent rioting. He was held civilly liable. And he said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. I mean, like, dude, what about this guy is defensible? Seriously, could you name an attribute of Trump that's defensible?
Sorry. My sister came in my room.
Sure. Could you name an attribute of Trump that's defensible?
Uh, an attribute of Trump that's defensible. He's a real leader. You know,
In what way?
he can stand up to like leaders, other world leaders, all around.
Yeah,
He's good at
the
that.
only thing that he's good at leading is us into destruction. Okay, this guy is one of the worst people to ever be in the position of power in any country ever. This guy is horrible. He's coming after our rule
Bro,
of law, our democracy, our court system, our democratic values, right? Core
bro, I think
American
Hitler's
values,
worse.
everything this country stands for in a good sense. He's coming after our compassion, people's health insurance, the safety and security of this country in actual genuine sense, right? Our freedom of speech, right? And association, right? And like literally going out and protesting.
Mm, I don't know about that.
You don't know about that, really? Okay.
Not really.
So can you name one core American value that Donald Trump upholds?
Uh, he's a patriot, bro. He believes in like respecting the military, those who fight for us.
Really, he believes in respecting the military as he cut the VA. He also said that John
He
McCain
did not cut
was.
the
He
VA,
also
bro.
said that John McCain was not a war hero
He did
because
not
he
cut the
was
VA.
captured. He did cut the VA.
What are you,
He
bro?
cut the amount of
You
employees
can
that
do
are a
that.
part of the VA, which reduces care for the VA.
Bro,
He
no,
also is
he
a
did
draft
not. You're
dodger.
actually lying.
What?
That's a lie too,
No, it's not. He also called our veterans suckers and losers.
bro. That was like a joke, and that wasn't even in like a
A joke?
real
A
context.
joke? No, that was not a joke according to a top military general that was
Or it wasn't
literally
like
a part of
serious. Like
his
it's
own
not that deep,
administration.
bro.
This is a person he
Cut the-
handpicked to put on his own administration.
But you're still like, it doesn't negate like the good he does. Just because he said some
What good?
questionable thing,
What good? What good did he do? Name one thing. For veterans,
bro.
specifically, tell me one good thing he did for veterans.
I honestly can't think of any.
Interesting. Oh, you know what? He kept his promise. He got rid of homelessness for veterans. Oh, wait. He hasn't even talked about that.
That's not even like possible though. Like that's super hard
What?
to
Oh,
do.
and then why? Oh, but he said that. So was he just trying to bullshit to get votes? You got
Oh, he
conned,
said
buddy.
that.
You got conned, buddy. Yeah, he did say that. That was a part of his agenda 40 agenda. I forgot that. I forgot it.
Bro,
Agenda
I think he
47.
was lying.
My Jesus Christ.
I think he was lying there.
What's up?
I think he was lying
And what do you mean?
when he said that. I think he was lying.
Okay, so you think that Donald Trump's a liar?
I guess, yeah.
So then why did you believe
Some,
anything that he ran on?
uh, just because he said it.
Just because he said it, but he's a liar. Why do you believe a liar? Isn't that stupid?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, well then obviously you would say that now that you know, you probably shouldn't believe him.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so at this point, do you still support Donald Trump?
Uh, not if he's lying.
Not if he's lying. Did you know he had 30,000 confirmed lies in his first administration?